Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build one act of self-love at a time. Bendiciones, welcome back to my self-love vlog. Today's episode is so special because I had the honor of chatting with the incredible Liris Crosse, supermodel, confidence coach, author, and actress you may recognize from the most recent season of Project Runway. Liris opened up about her journey as an African American plus size model, the challenges she's overcome, and how she continues to walk in confidence and grace in such a fast changing industry. We also talked about something that's close to my heart: maintaining your peace in the midst of pressure and showing yourself love through every stage of your career and your body. Trust me, this conversation will inspire you to stand taller and shine brighter. Now work. Now work. Now work. Now work. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You look cute too.
Thank you, girl. I was like, I'm gonna see Liris today. It's virtual, but OMG, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I don't even know where to start because you're blazing right now, Liris. Like you're on fire, and I'm just, first of all, just huge congratulations.
Thank you.
Project Runway, Fashion Week. You're doing movies now. I mean, you've been doing movies. You were in The Best Man.
Come on, girl. Time to go get her eat on with IHOP.
I'm coming, all right?
Wish you would hurry up. Damn.
Told you about hiring those college girls.
What? I told you to shut up, didn't I? Sit your ass in the back in here. Wait, girl, I'll bite it as hungry as I am.
You're on fire.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a lot of hard work paying off. It's funny to me. I'm like, I know I'm working hard, but I feel like it's not enough yet.
I can't believe you just said that. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm really serious because like sometimes you look at your account, you like, hold up.
Yeah.
But then you got to remember what industry you work in. When you work in fashion industry, it's like the checks come in when they come in,
Right.
That's the good thing about acting, because I'm union, because I know I'm going to get paid within like 2 weeks.
Amen to that sad card.
Okay. Very much so.
The crazy part is, speaking of coins, I have a story like I've never ever told you. Like, I have so much respect for you because remember we modeled for the same clothing company back in the day.
Yes.
And one day I was leaving, you were coming. And so I'm changing my clothes and I could overhear you in the studio sound like you were having a diva moment. So I'm ear hustling, I'm eavesdropping, and I'm like, she's not gonna do what? And they were handing you a swimsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you were like, yeah, we haven't discussed my swimwear rates. I'm gonna need you to contact my agent, and period.
Mm-hmm.
I was gagged. Like, because I was like, she said, first of all, you said no. You said it with confidence. You were so unapologetic and respectful. But I was like, yo, she's a boss. Like, it was such a learning experience for me. First of all, I didn't know about different rates. I always thought whatever my agent, gave me or sent me out from, like, that was just what it was. And obviously for that company, I believe I was freelancing. And so I was like, oh, there's different rates for different things. And you can say, like, it just, like, I've been just Team Liris, like, ever since that changed my world. Like, it's to this day,
Wow.
the way that I negotiate rates. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for even saying that, because I had no clue. But it's I think we sometimes forget how we show up in the world, how much it can affect other people. When they're watching or when they're ear hustling or listening, you know what I mean? You have no clue, but that is the best type of ear hustle for you to hear, because it empowered you to ask for a better amount of what you deserve, and to know like, oh no, I can charge differently for this versus this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's funny because another thing that you probably haven't realized yet, but with my company, Life of a Working Model, Incorporated, we also have a branch now where I'm doing acting as a mother agent.
Wow.
And so yes, so I've only started with one model, and it's a
Okay.
male model, and even with pushing him, and I think it's sometimes because there's being black within the fashion industry,
Mm-hmm.
there's a certain level of imposter syndrome that we have where it's like, oh well, I'm just glad that they got a black person on set. And then don't be somebody like me. I'm glad that they got somebody black and somebody plus size on set.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of times we are just happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And um my model is a white male model. And to see the level of confidence that he has, and he's just like, oh no, we should be asking for blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh,
And
okay.
you're learning from him. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of, it's reminding me to make sure that you are asking for what you deserve. And if they say no, you know, still try and say, hey, can you do this rate? Can you do this much?
Mm-hmm.
Or if they offer you a rate, asking for more, because that was another thing. Okay, they offered this much, but maybe I can get another couple $100 out of them.
Right.
And see, you you get what you believe to a certain degree of what you deserve, but also what you ask for,
Close.
because they'll let you walk away and not pay you what you really deserve. But if you
Right.
know that you deserve more and you ask, there's a good chance that you're going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, because you can be on set with 10 other models and you think you're all getting paid the same and you're not. And in the
Mhm.
modeling world, there are no, rules and regulations when it comes to
Mhm.
that. If you're willing to get paid thousands of dollars less than someone else just because you don't know, there's no law against that.
Mhm.
And you mentioned the most important part is that no, that fear of them
Mhm.
saying no and being so confident in yourself that, if they say no, either I'm going to walk away or, however you're going to handle yourself. I
Mhm.
think that's what's most important because that's what stops us from speaking up.
Yes.
Like, it's what if they say no? What if they get rid of me? What if, like, what if they replace me? And the company that we model for, it was like a revolving door with
Mhm.
models. Like every time they called me back, I was like, oh, I'm just happy to be here. You know? So, and it's like having like a steady gig as a model,
Yeah.
not easy to come by. So it was just like I said, I was like, she said no? Like, what if, I was scared for you. I was like, what if they replace her? What if I'm like, no, they're not gonna find anybody like Liris. And they never, and they never did. And
Mhm.
obviously I saw you doing swimwear, so whatever you asked for, honey, they gave it to you. And I
Man.
like I said, it was just one of those moments, and I love your perspective, just because this industry is so tough.
Mhm.
How do you maintain like that? You're so regal. So how do you maintain that confidence, like that? Like how do you keep your cup full with,
Mhm.
the negative comments and the castings and the constant no's? Like how do you stay Liris?
Ooh. Um. Mm. One of the things I definitely remember whose I am, and that is that one, I'm a child of God, and two, I'm St. George and Dolores' daughter.
Hello.
And they have always told me that I was here for a purpose. And so, me knowing that part of, because I have many purposes within the earth, but knowing that one of my purposes is modeling, is acting, is doing all these different creative things that God has graced me with, I hold on to that and remember that. But also, I think one of the things that I had to grow into, because I used to believe for a long time, like, oh, well, there's only these amount of slots, and I can't tell this other model about this casting because if she gets it, that means I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
But I had to buy into the whatever is meant for me never misses me. And so if I don't get something, okay, I could be disappointed for a second, but obviously it wasn't meant for me right at this moment. It'll be coming to me at a later date, or at another time, or when it's just right. So I hold on to that as well. And also just trying to find times where I have downtime too. Sometimes you need downtime just for your mental, just for you to like recalibrate. Like yesterday, I went to the spa. I got a little facial done. I did some sound healing. Um, the other day, I stayed in bed till 11 a.m. And then I slowly, yes. And then like slowly made a late, like a brunch, and had a cup of coffee and sat on my terrace and looked out and saw the beautiful view of New York and just said, God, thank you. Like sometimes it's some of the simplest things that can recalibrate you and give you a certain level of peace and joy and strength, because we are living in very interesting times right now with all the stuff with the current administration and government, through all these different shifts that the fashion industry is going through, with the implementation of AI, how it's going to be affecting all these different creative and just all these industries, period. We are, and how much we're inundated with so much drama on social media. We deal with a lot. So, if one of the things I'm learning is just take the peace wherever you can. Even if it's, I got in the shower and I didn't even start to wash my body till after 5 minutes of me just letting the water just pour on me. If that is just the smallest thing that you can do to find some peace, some joy, a reset, do that. And I think those are the things that kind of ease me and soothe me and put me back in that confident place. And it gives me the strength to say, okay, now girl, get back out there. Let's hit this next casting. Um, let's work on this next audition. Let's um search for your next supermodel. Let's, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, you find the joy, the peace, the reset wherever you can. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I went and did a week vacation in Monte Carlo. It can be
Like a whole eat, pray, love.
it doesn't have to be
Pray,
that.
love moment.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that. It could be something you did for 15 minutes. It could be you sat in silence for a half an hour. It could be you put on your favorite playlist and just laid out on the floor and sang to your heart's content all loud. Find the peace and joy and the happiness wherever you can, just wherever, because life is not promised, and we do not want to look like what we've been through. So you do not want to look like you are so stressed out, okay?
Talk about it.
You do not want to look like life is beating your tail, you know?
If this is you, sis, feeling beat down, like life keeps throwing punches, you are not alone. Sometimes you just need a reset, a moment to remind yourself who you are and whose you are. That's exactly why I created Radiant Renewal, your reset in audio form. It's not about pretending everything's perfect. It's about recharging your peace, reclaiming your joy, and renewing your mindset so life doesn't leave you looking like what you've been through. Download it now because your glow deserves a comeback.
I mean, find the peace and the joy. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Wherever you can.
that's easy. That's easy to it's easy. It's right there. But
Mhm.
I love how you so gracefully but also like in a real manner you handle adversity like so well. Like you've even given me advice on how to handle just like public negativity because it's heavy
Mhm.
and it's destroyed some people. It's just it's destroyed their their careers
Yeah.
and specifically your Project Runway moment, your viral moment.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just had to sit back. I'm Team Lyris and I can't be, so I just
Mhm.
had to kind of sit back and let what was going to happen happen. But the way that you handled it with such grace, it was so admirable.
You're referring to the moment where Law was talking about on episode 1, he was critiquing Jesus's outfit, and he was talking about how um the dress needed more support in the boobies.
I hated it. I was the only one. I was out judged.
Hate is such a big word.
It's a short word. It's only 4 letters.
I'm sorry if you hate the coat.
I hate the whole look.
Aw, don't get emotional. Listen, we liked it. I love how your model looks. She feels regal. We need ambitious designers.
Guys, I have to disagree with everything Nina said. To me, she doesn't look cool. She doesn't look young. She looks like a Nigerian auntie. I have clients of all different sizes, ages, and one thing you have to care about is the placement of the breast. Then you could have done something to lift the breast a little bit more.
And my issue was, my thing is, I haven't had any kids. I take pretty great care of my body. My titties are also not down to my knees. No shade to
They
anybody
look like
else's.
they sitting to me.
You know, they not down to my knees. So my thing was, I think we've I do understand having the breast lifted. I like a lifted breast too. So don't get me wrong. I
Right.
understood where he was coming from. I just felt like we're not going to act like this is what messed up the dress and
Yeah.
made the dress like, oh, I hate the dress because of this. Like, that's what we're not going to do. And that's where I felt like I needed to speak up for myself. That's why I was like, I look like, he was like, do you think that looks good? They didn't air that part. They didn't include it. And I
Right.
said, yeah, I like my natural breasts. That's what I said. So I wish they would have kept that in there. Because I felt like it definitely would have empowered a lot of different women out there. Um, of course, some were trying to be so rude and come at me on social media about having an opinion about myself in a dress.
And you were asked, like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
was just
Yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys, just like you're having a million, thousands of people are commenting having an opinion, I can have an opinion. Just because
Yeah.
I'm a model doesn't mean like I don't have a mind and a voice and an opinion. So,
But that's why you're such a pioneer in this industry because most models don't.
mhm.
Most models won't really voice how they feel about a garment because they're in fear, like I won't get hired again or I'll get fired, get fired on the spot. So
Mhm.
I think the world just got to catch up to Lyris. Like,
Well, see, on season 16, they had this segment. They didn't have it on this season. And they haven't had it since season 16. But it was called Model Mirror. And we would go in the mirror and they would ask us, how do
right.
you feel about your outfit? Or what do you think you
Yeah.
look like? And so I would say all types of catchy stuff, whether good or bad. And I think that is part of the reason that the Project Runway fans fell in love with me because I was very authentic. Um, I was funny. Still tried to be mindful and
Yeah.
not like tear down my designers. If so, I would say something very cheeky,
Yeah.
but it's never. I think people realize it was never. I always want my designer to win, even if my outfit looked like trash. Like,
Right.
but I wouldn't say it looked like trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would always still try to present my walk or whatever it was to really make my designer win, because I'm a winner, baby.
I
I
know
always
that's
want
right.
to win. I always want to win.
I know that's right.
And especially as one of the few plus models on the show, it's like
Right.
you want to be able to be in a winning design. Like,
And you
come
were the
on,
first,
people.
you were the first
Thank
like
you.
plus winner, right?
Correct.
Season
Yes. The
16.
first plus model to win the model portion of Project Runway on season
And it
16.
took 16 seasons.
I went with a very pop culture walk. When I got to the end of the runway, I did a... As a plus model, we don't get many opportunities to actually be at New York Fashion Week. This is something that my community has wanted for a very long time. This model diversity moment means so much, and I thank you all for being a catalyst for change.
I'm sure there's a lot of, other things, comments or things that come your way. And it just
Oh
seems
yeah.
like you're like Serena Williams, like like
Oh
Mount.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, just from that whole viral moment with Law, I'm people are still commenting on one of this
Yeah.
videos from the neighborhood talk on their Instagram page, and that's weeks ago, over a month, over a month and a half ago, I think now.
Wow.
People are still commenting, and I'm just like, oh Lord, like, people, let this rest.
Well, I mean, they talk about you.
I know. So but that's why I just have fun with it. That's why like, even throughout this season, I've been like, hair braids done by the Nigerian auntie.
Listen, I saw that, and it was just like, even the because Fashion Week just ended, and you even had like your tabletop moment um
Mm-hmm.
with Fashion Week, which I thought
Yes.
you looked. Everyone was like, Liris can wear anything, she can rock anything, and that's a part of being a supermodel, is
Thank you.
you bring life, to the garment. And Law even had to admit it, like she gonna sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, that I have to thank him for. Thank you for saying that, La Roach.
No, she's gonna sell a garment. She's definitely gonna sell a garment.
That's him.
One thing you can't take from me, she's going to sell it on that runway. She's going to give it her all. So nobody can say that about me, that I do not give it my all when I go out there, because I really do. I really love the art of modeling, and I love the art of runway. I just did New York Fashion Week. I did 4 shows. I did Renee Cafaro Atelier. I did Joseph McCrae, who was on this season of Project Runway. I did Nina Parker. Her collection is you can buy it at Macy's. And I also did Omri Lorraine, which was part of the big Kid Super show at Brooklyn Borough Hall.
Right.
I mean, the fact that I did 4 shows this season,
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal, because I'm not 16 years old, you know?
We're
And
not
I'm
going
not.
we're not going
No,
to
we're not gonna
disclose
go
the
there, but I'm
numbers.
just saying, you know what I
but
mean?
but we just gonna put you, listen.
But
You're
I love that, because
yeah.
I got a comment the other day, and shout out to Ashley Chu. She said, "You are what resilience and determination looks like." She was just like, "You are just like relentless, like you don't give up." Like, and that really blessed my soul, because sometimes you are out here and you're like, is anybody seeing what I'm doing? Do they
Right.
understand like the magnitude of what I'm pulling off right now? So for her to recognize that and say that to me, it really, really blessed my soul. Like, okay, people see, like,
Oh
she's out
yeah.
here and she's doing it. She's still doing it.
Right. And then
Mhm.
you're paying it forward. Are you still doing Life of a Working Model, the boot camp?
You have to catch part 2 to find out. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, because what Liris shares next is a masterclass in confidence and purpose. In the meantime, grab your copy of her book, Make the Road Your Runway, Top Model Secrets for Everyday Confidence and Success. It's our read for the month. I'll see you in the next episode, and remember, love on you. If my self-love journey is helping you in any way, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe.